All right, so today we are going to learn how to partition a directed line segment. Okay, so fancy words, all I'm saying is this. Let's say you are given 2 points, right? So you have a straight line right here, okay? Okay, straight line. And now they tell you, all right, you need to partition this line, okay, in a ratio of 1. Now let's say 2 to 3. That's the ratio, okay? So that means that this is, let's say this is they give you 2 points, point A, and point B, and they want you to find point P. So point P, if point P is going to be on the line segment, the directed line segment, at a ratio of 2 to 3, that means that from A to that point, there will be 2 pieces that will belong to that segment, and 3 pieces that belong to the other segment. So right here, it's easy to see that this right here, this part right here, okay, will divide this line segment into 1, 2 pieces for this guy, and 1, 2, 3 pieces for the other guy. That's basically what it is. We're going to partition means to divide. Okay, then. Now think of it in a different way, because I'm gonna teach it to you very robotically. A ratio of 2 to 3. Think of thousands of dollars, okay? So this is me. This is always going to be me, and this is always going to be you, okay? You. So this means that I'm going to get $2,000, okay? And you're going to get $3,000 all every time, okay? Every time, for every $2,000 that I get, you get $3,000. So then, basically, the person who's going to give us the money must have $5,000. And for the purposes being, I'm only going to be focused on me, okay? So I am getting my ratio. My ratio is 2 out of 5. Okay, that is the total ratio. I'm getting $2,000 out of possible $5,000 because you getting the $3,000. So then let's practice. Let's say I have a ratio of 1 to 3. Okay, this means 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So that means that I get $1,000 and you get $3,000. So my ratio is 1 out of 4 because the person who's going to give us the money must have $4,000. Make sense? Last but not least, no, 2 more. A ratio of 1 to 1 means I get half and you get the other half. Look, I get 1 and you get 1. So my ratio is going to be 1 out of 2. And finally, oh, damn, I haven't gotten more than you. Okay, now I want to get more. So if the ratio is 4 to 3, that means that I get $4,000 out of possible $7,000. Okay, good. So now, this is money, right? Now let's talk about the coordinate plane. You do realize that when they give you 2 ordered pairs, we're talking about 2 points. So -1, 2, somewhere here, and 7, 14, somewhere in here. That's your directed line segment, okay? And we're gonna divide it in such a way that I get 1 piece and you get 3 pieces, okay? So that means I get 1 piece and I'm gonna divide the whole thing into 4 pieces, right? So I get 1 piece and you get 1, 2, 3 pieces. Get it? All right. So now these are the things that you must have into account. And I would like for you to write this down somewhere. To find, okay, to find the point P on the directed line segment, you need the following. The first thing is you're given 2 points, so you're gonna need the slope. Okay, what is the slope? Y2, well, y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. That's what you need. The second thing that you need is location. Okay, where do you start? The starting point, well, point A. Or I would say, you know what? Remember that I said I was going to focus on me? Well, this is me, point A, the first point that they give you, the starting point, okay, from where you're going to depart all the way to point P is your starting point. So my starting point will be -1 sorry, -1, comma 2. Okay, because I'm only interested in me. You ain't nothing. You understand that? You ain't nothing. And last but not least, you need your ratio. Well, the ratio that they're asking us for here is 1 to 3, right? So then I'm gonna say that the ratio is 1 to 3. So my cut of the pie is 1 out of 4 because we got 4 parts. Remember, thousands of dollars. I get 1, you get 3. Okay. Finally, you are going to follow this format. Once you have this information, you're going to follow this format. You're going to take your ratio, my ratio. Yes, my ratio. You're going to multiply it by, remember, the slope is nothing more than rise over run. Rise over run, sorry. Okay, rise over run. So the x's are the run and the y's are the rise. So you're going to multiply the ratio times the run. Okay, and you're gonna add, well, the run has to do with the x, so you're gonna add the x coordinate of your location. Then you're gonna repeat ratio times the rise. Now the rise has to do with what? With the y's, so you're gonna add the y coordinate of your location, or sorry, I keep saying yours, my location. Okay, remember, you ain't nothing, this is me. Okay, so this is the format we're gonna follow. So let's see if we can do enough practice as to so we can have actually, so we can become fluent in this. All right, so we got the points right here, A and B, and we need to find the coordinates of P on the directed line segment, okay, AB, such that it partitions AB in the ratio 1 to 3. So what do I need? I need the slope. What is slope? y2 minus y1. And for the purposes being, please, these are always going to be, this is always going to be, let me zoom in. Okay. Let me zoom in. Better? Yes. Okay, this is going to be x1, y sub 1. This is going to be x sub 2 and y sub 2. Always, always, always. The starting point is going to be the sub 1s and the ending point is going to be the sub 2s. So now let's find the slope. y2 minus y1. 14 minus 2 over x2 minus from the formula x2, okay, minus x1, which is -1. See that? And now we have the slope. So what is my slope? Well, let's see. 14 minus 2 is 12. 7 minus -1 is 8, because you cannot have two signs multiplied like that. I mean, together, so you multiply them. Negative times negative is positive. So basically it's 7 plus 1, 8. Okay, now this slope right here, I can simplify it to something else. I could say that this is 3 over 4. Unfortunately, or let me say, no, 3 over 2. Unfortunately, you don't want to do this. Okay, it's not the same thing to say that I'm getting $12,000 and you're getting 8 than to say that I am getting $3,000 and you are only getting $2,000 if I simplify. You understand that? So please do not simplify this. Just leave it like that. Any other topic? Yes, simplify the slope, make it easy for you. In this partitioning business, no. Leave the slope the way it is. Okay, so now, what else? I need the location. Well, what's my location? My location is -1, 2. Okay, and now I need my ratio. So R is going to be what? 1 out of 4. Look, 1, 1, 2, 3. So it's 1 out of 4. Okay, so let's continue with this. Now I take the format. Take the ratio, multiply by the run. Remember, rise over run. So multiply by the run and add, the run has to do with the x, so add the x coordinate, -1. See that? Now take the ratio again and multiply by the rise, which in this case is 12. And add, since the rise has to do with the y's, then you add the y location, my y location, which is 2. Okay, so let's see now. 8 times 1 is 8 divided by 4 is 2. 2 plus negative 1 is 1. Okay. Now, what else? Let me see. 12 times 1 is 12 divided by 4 is 3 plus 2, 5. Okay, now this is not the end, because if you write that the answer is 5, like point P is 1, 5. That is the location of the point that partitions the line segment in a ratio of 1 to 3. Now, if you had written, because you were careless, if you had written 5, 1, then guess what? It would have been wrong, because one thing is to know how to do the mechanics, and the other one is to is to know the analytics of what it means. 1, 5 is not the same thing as 5, 1. Just keep that in mind. Okay, they are two different locations. So this is your answer for this one. Now let's move on to the next one. I'm gonna zoom out so we could see almost the whole thing. Okay, good. So it says, given the points negative 2, 4, A, right, and B, 7, negative 12, find the coordinates of point P on the directed line segment, okay, on the directed line segment that partitions AB in a ratio of 1 to 2. So the first thing I need to find is the slope. So what is the slope? Well, let's see. Y2, remember, these are the 2's and these are the 1's. So let's see now. If I can zoom in a little bit, just so we could see. Okay, you can see now, right? Okay, so the slope, well, y2 is negative 2 minus y1. So we have negative 2 minus 4 over x2. Ay, no x. Miércoles. 7 minus negative 2. See that? Okay then, so the slope is nothing more than negative 6 over 9. Remember, the 6 is the negative. I know that in the past we say that, oh yeah, a fraction is negative, so just put the negative symbol in the middle. No, for these purposes, you need to know, you need to identify which one is positive and which one is negative. Okay, then. So now we have the slope. What is the location? Location of point A is negative 2, 4, and R, the ratio, is what? Well, this is 1 to 2. So I'm assuming that this is going to be, no, I'm not going to assume, I know, it's 1 out of 3, right? Thousands of dollars, remember? So now I just follow the format. So take the ratio, which is 1 out of 3, multiply by the run, okay, rise over run, and since we're talking about run, add the x of your location, minus 2. Do it again with the rise, plus the y location, which in this case is 4. Okay, and now remember, I do the run first because I want to get my x coordinate first and then my y, so I get x, y. All right then, so 9 times 1 is 9, divided by 3 is 3, minus 2, 1. And this, 6 times 1 is 6, divided by 3 is 2. Of course, negative times positive is negative, so negative 2 plus 4 is 2. So the coordinates of point P, okay, you have to do this. Point P equals 1, 2, and that's it. All right then. So for this one, I'm gonna help you with this one because we might get a decimal. So let's find the slope. So the slope here, okay, y2 minus y1. So what is y2? Okay, 0 minus negative 4 is 4. And 5 minus negative 3 is 8. See, I'm skipping the steps now. Okay, now the location is negative 3, 4, negative 4. Okay, and the ratio, my ratio, well, this is 2 to 3, so I'm assuming that my ratio, not assuming, again, stop saying assuming, is 2 out of 5, right? Good, my ratio is this. So now I just follow the format. Take my ratio, multiply by the run, and add the x coordinate of your location, of my location, sorry. You know what? When I say you, I say I. We're talking about the first order pair, because I'm getting titled. Times the rise, plus the y coordinate of the starting point. So in this case is negative 4. Okay? And now, let's do the math. So let's see now. 8 times 2 is 16, divided by 5, well, 16 divided by 5, I have no idea. So let's see, 16 divided by 5, 16 divided by 5, that's 3.2. Okay, and now I have to add the x coordinate, which is -3. Okay, -3, and that is 0.2. So this is 0.2. Okay, and now this one, 4 times 2 is 8 divided by 5 plus -4. Okay, first I do this, then -4, and I get -2.4, making point P, okay, location 0.2 for x and -2.4 for y. Get it? -2.4 for y. Okay, good. All right, here once again it says, let me see. Oh, okay, read it. You can pause it and read it because I'm not like that. Okay, so you read, right? So we need to build 2 new rest stops between the 2 towns. Okay, so that means that I'm gonna have one rest stop somewhere here and another rest stop somewhere here. So that is going to divide this. Oh gosh, sorry. Okay, yeah, it's good enough like that. So basically I'm gonna build 2 rest stops, right? One somewhere here, one somewhere there, and then that's gonna divide this thing into 3 parts, correct? Okay then, so they want to find the coordinates of the points at which the rest stops should be built. Okay then, so first let's put our first rest stop. If I put the, remember, this is gonna be divided into 3 equal parts. So my first rest stop, okay, I don't know where it is, but I'm gonna assume just a little bit, it's gonna be around here. All parts are equal. So if I put the rest stop here, this should be divided into a ratio of 1, okay, and then the other 2 parts. So it's actually 1 to 2, correct? Okay, so the first division is a ratio of 1 to 2. Hope you understood that. So the first ratio is 1 to, first ratio is 1 to 2, which in reality, if I was talking, remember, you ain't nothing. I'm talking about my ratio. My ratio should be 1 out of 3. Okay? So anyway, let's find the slope. First of all, I need the points. Okay, the points are -3, -2. That's right here, -3, -2. And the other one is 3, 3. Look, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 3. Okay, we already know which point we're interested in, right? This one. So my location is going to be -3, -2. Now I need my slope. Well, my slope should be y. Remember, this is the starting point. So y2 minus y1. So 3 minus -2 is 5. Over 3 minus -3 is 6. So my slope is 5 over 6. And now that I know the ratio, the location, and the slope, I can just follow the format. Take your ratio, multiply by the rise. Yeah, rise. Did I say rise? No, it's run. Multiply by the run first, and then add your x location. Again, take your ratio. Let me see. I'm gonna do it over here. Take your ratio, which is 1 over 3, multiply by the rise, which in this case is 5, and add the y coordinate, which in this case is -2. Okay. Alright, so let's see what this equals to. Alright, so this equals to 6 divided by 3 is 2. 2 minus 3 is -1, so this is -1. Now 5 times 1, okay, is 5 over 3. Okay, so that's 5 over 3 plus -2. That is 0.333333 negative, or -1/3. Okay, however you want to do it. If you know how to add fractions, you already know that this is -1/3, If not, you could write negative 0.33333 because that's what 1/3 is. Okay then. So now that I have that, I say that the first rest stop at, you could write is, and I'm gonna write -1, -1/3 or negative 0.333. Okay, so that was the first rest stop. So it's -1 and negative 0.333. The first rest stop is right here. Okay, let me see, do I have colors? Whatever. Anyways, now I need the location of my second rest stop. Sure, why not? Let me go over here on this side because you should have started at this side. I started on the other side. I'm sorry. Okay then. So remember, 3 equal parts. So the first ratio was 1 to 2, correct? Now I need the other rest stop to be here from point A, from Ashton to this point. So now this ratio is going to be 1, 2 to 1. You see, there are 2 parts now. So 1, 2 to 1, because this thing was 3 parts. So my new ratio is going to be 2 to 1. But in reality, I'm talking about that my cut of the thousands of dollars, if we go back to the thousands of dollars, is 2/3. Okay, remember? Okay then. So now we just do the math. Okay. So remember, we already have the slope. Remember what the slope was? The slope was 5/6. Okay, and we know our starting point. The location is always going to be the first point, unless somebody watches this video and they decide that they're working for the regions and they're going to change the thingy, and then that's it. We screwed. Okay, so let's see. Ratio 2/3 times the run plus the x coordinate. 2/3 ratio, right, times the rise plus the y coordinate. Okay, so now this one becomes 1, because 6 divided by 3 is 2. Then wait. 6 times 2 is 12. Okay, got it. 6 times 2 is 12, divided by 3 is 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. Okay, and this one is going to become 4/3, or 1.33333. So second, look, you're right, second rest stop is at, and then you write it 1, 4/3, or 1.3333333. All right, let's move on then. Okay, so here we have a little map. Hopefully you could see the whole thing, because this is going to be crazy. Okay, so the first question is, Louis works at a theater on 8th Avenue and 20th Street. Okay, so we already know what the address is, 8th Avenue and 20th Street. So I write it over here. Let me see if I can do it. So I write it over here. So 8th Avenue and 20th Street. Okay. Then, what else it says? It says, Caleb lives at a corner of 18th Avenue and 14th Street. 18th Avenue and 4th Street. Okay. So if we look in the map, you will see this is Caleb right here. Okay. If we look in the map, we know that this is the theater. Wow, the theater. Okay, what do they want? What is a possible location that is midway between them? All right, first of all, midway associates with a ratio of 1 to 1. Okay, now in this case, whenever you have a ratio of 1 to 1, you really don't have to find a slope, use the ratio, multiply by the run, add the x. No, A ratio of 1 to 1 just suggests the midpoint formula. Look, half for you and half for me, so that's the midpoint formula. So all you gotta do is algebraically, right? Find the midpoint of x and y. How do I do that? Well, to find the midpoint, you add the x's and divide by 2. Sorry. And divide by 2. You add the y's, okay, and divide by 2. See that? X's, y's. And now, a possible location, which is the midpoint, would be 13, 12. Now, in reality, if you were given more space, which you will be given, you would say that it is, the possible location would be 13th Avenue and 12th Street. Now, let's see if it's true. Let me make this smaller. Okay, 13th Avenue is right here, and 12th Street would be right here. Now, let's see if it's true. How do I know that? Easy. Just find the slope from theta to the point we found and from Caleb to the point we found. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the slope here is negative 8 over 5. Let's see again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, that's the midpoint. So another way of doing it would be finding the whole slope from the theta to Caleb and then chop that in half, and that's it. We get that. All right. So what is the other question? Okay. It says Nima lives at a corner of 4th Avenue and 4th Street. Okay. So I know the possible location. So 4th Avenue and 4th Street. Okay. That is for Nima. Now, Bill lives at the corner of 10th Avenue and 6th Street. 10th Avenue and 6th Street. That's the other coordinate. Okay. So their favorite bakery is located midway between them. What is one possible location of the bakery? All right then. So once again, midway, that suggests the midpoint formula. So just look back on the previous problem and just do the process and find your answer. So your answer should be 7,5. Okay? After you do the work, which you will. Okay. Okay, the next one. We need to move a little more. Okay, like this. So, what it says? It says, Cleb's Cookie Store is located at the corner of 2nd Avenue and 9th Street. Dave's Doorknobs is located at the corner of 12th Avenue and 14th Street. Located 1/5 of the distance from Cleb's Cookie Store is the post office. Where is the post office? Okay, listen to me very careful. So let's first get our points. So we get 2,9, and we also have 12,14. Okay, those are the addresses. Now here they don't say, oh, what would be a possible location that partitions the line segment into a ratio of blah. No, it doesn't say that. It says that located 1/5 of the distance from Cliff's Cookie Store, okay, is the post office. Where is the post office? All right then. So what we gotta do is, well, you can look at the map and you might figure it out. 1/5 means 1 out of 5. Here they didn't make us do all the work. They already gave us the ratio right out of the bat, the same way it is. So then we're gonna find the slope first, because that's what we do. So the slope, okay, remember this is the first location and this is the second one. Okay, so then y2 minus y1 is 5, x2 minus x1 is 10, so the slope is 5 over 10. So now we follow the format. We already know the location. The location, remember, is the first point that you are given. So 2,9 is my location. So I'm going to use my ratio, which is already 1/5. You see, I don't have to. In other words, if this is 1/5, that means that if they had given you a ratio, they would have given you 1:4, correct? 1:4, like this. Okay, so 1/5 times the run, which is 10, plus the x coordinate, okay, the starting point, 2, and that will equal, okay, let's see now, 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay, so this is 4. Now, since I don't have more space, and actually I do have more space, so the ratio times the rise, which is, what is the rise? 5, plus, since we're talking about the rise, we are associating that with the y, so that will be 9. Okay? So then, we got the points 4 for x and 10 for y. And you answer the question. Please make sure you answer the question. How do you do that? Easy. The post office is located at 4th Avenue and 10th Street. That's how you do it. Okay. So now let's read the other question. Malik and Brad both live on 3rd Avenue. Malik lives at the corner of 1st, okay, and Brad lives at the corner of 19th Street. Okay. 2/3 the distance from Malik's apartment to Brad's apartment is the market. Where is the market? Well, look at this. 2/3, they already gave us the ratio, so there's no need for me to find out what the ratio is. So ratio is gonna be 2/3. Now Malik and Brad both live, okay, on 3rd Avenue. They both live on the same X. Okay? The only thing is that Malik lives on the corner of 1st Avenue. And Brad lives on the corner of 19th. I'm sorry, 1st Street and then 19th Street. Sorry, I misread. I'm going blind. Okay, so now I got my 2 points and I know which one is my starting point. This one. So I got ratio, location, and now I need slope. What is the slope? Well, 19 minus 1 is 18. 3 minus 3 is 0. This slope is undefined, but it doesn't matter. We're not really talking about y equals mx plus b or linear equation. We're just looking for a location and we're looking for partitioning, dividing a line segment. So I got my slope, and now I use the formula that I gave you. The ratio times the run plus the x coordinate, which in this case would be what? Okay? So 0 times anything is 0, plus 3 is 3. And now, again, 2/3 times the rise plus the y coordinate. Okay, and now what do? You answer the question. The market is located at 3rd Avenue and 13th Street. Okay, let's see now. The main entrance to the high school is located at the corner of 17th and 19th. Okay. On his way from school to the bank. Okay, so this is the school. Right? School. And the bank is located at X, Y, because I really don't know. Okay, let's continue reading. So, on his way from school to the bank, Louis stops at the coffee shop located at 12th Avenue and 15th Street. Okay, so this is the coffee shop. So I'm gonna write coffee shop. I've just coffee. And it's located at 12th Avenue and 15th Street. Okay. The coffee shop is the midpoint of this strip. What is the location of the bank? Okay, the coffee shop, this right here is the midpoint. So in other words, going from here to here, if you go on the map, you could just find the slope from here to here and then mimic the same slope to get to this point. Okay? I'm not gonna, nah, actually, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna do it algebraically first. So we're talking about midpoint. Okay, so what is the midpoint? You add the x's, divide by 2, but the thing is that they already given us the midpoint. So what are you suggesting? Well, they're asking us for the endpoint. All right, let's see now. We know what the midpoint formula is. Okay, midpoint formula for x and y is, so we add the x's, x1 plus x2 divided by 2, and then y1 plus y2 divided by 2. That's what it is. So then let's mimic this situation. How am I gonna do it? Well, I'm gonna run out of space, but I'm gonna have to write somewhere else. So let's see. Let's start with the midpoint. Okay, so let's replace everything that we have here. We are interested, okay? We have this point and we got this point. Okay, so the midpoint of these people, okay, is the coffee shop. So the midpoint of x, this is x and this is y. So the midpoint of x. So I'm gonna go here. The midpoint of x is 12. So 12 is equal to, and then I'm gonna take, remember, x1 plus x2, but we have an x2. The x2 is the other endpoint, which is 12. I'm sorry, not 12, 17, right here. 17 divided by 2. Now, for the other one, okay, so here we have to solve for x. So I'm gonna multiply by 2, so that's 24. Okay, so I get 24 equals to x plus 17. Now I'm gonna subtract 17. So 24 minus 17 is 7. So x equals 7. Okay, now we go for, this is for the x. This is one of the endpoints for x. Now I'm gonna find the endpoint for y. So how do I do this? Easy. The midpoint of y is 15, because that's where the coffee shop is. And that is equal to the sum, okay? Remember, you add these two and you divide by 2, actually, yeah. So it will be y plus 19. Divided by 2. So once again, I'm going to solve for y. So I multiply by 2 because I don't want this right here. So that's 30 equals to y plus 19. And now I'm going to subtract 19 from both sides, and you get y equals to, I have no idea what that is. You figure it out, and then you write your answer right here. 7 comma whatever you find right here. Okay, so those were a couple of questions that need some thought. Review them. And right now, I'm just going to do a couple of these because we've been practicing. So here, a ratio of 1 to 1 just basically states that we need to, or yeah, it's associated with the midpoint formula. A ratio of 1 to 1. Remember, you get half and I get half. So here I'm not gonna find too much. I'm not gonna be too fancy. I'm just gonna say, okay, let me add the x's. So negative 3 plus 7 divided by 2, and I'm gonna add the y's. 4 plus 6 divided by 2. Okay, so here I get negative 3 plus 7 is 4 divided by 2 is 2. Okay, and 6 plus 4 is 10 divided by 2 is 5. And I found, okay, I found the point. So I'm gonna call it point P. Point P is 2, 5. Okay, could I have done it differently? Yes. Find the slope, remember your location, and remember what your ratio is. Okay, so just in case, if you don't want to do it this way, you could follow the other format. So let's do this one. So let's see now. I need to find the slope, right? So 7 minus negative 5 is 12. Over 4 minus 8 is negative 4. Okay. Now I need to know my location. My location is 8, negative 5. And I need to know my ratio. What is my ratio? Well, the ratio that they are giving me is 1 to 3. So I know that my cut of the pi is 1/4. And now that I have this, all you gotta do is follow the format. The ratio times the run plus the x location. The ratio times the rise where's the rise? 12, okay, plus the y location, -5. And then just figure it out, and then you put point P equals blah blah blah. Once again, here I need to find the slope. So the slope is what? Well, y2 minus y1, so -3 minus 9 is -12 over -5 minus 4 is -9. Remember, do not simplify this. The only thing that you are allowed to do is the following. Negative divided by negative is positive, so yes, you can do that. But if only one of them is negative, forget it. Okay, now I need my location. Location is 4,9 because that's the first point. And your ratio, well, I get $2,000, you get $3,000, so my ratio is 2 out of 5 possible $1,000. And now we follow the format. The ratio times the run plus the x coordinate of the location. The ratio times the rise plus the y coordinate. See that? And then whatever you get. Once again, okay, find the slope, find your location, which is -9,3. Your ratio, well, the ratio that you are given is 2 to 3, so your ratio should be 2 over 5. Okay, the slope will be 8 minus 3 is 5. 1 minus -9 is 10. And now you follow the format. The ratio, which is 2 out of 5, times the run plus the x location. The ratio times the rise, okay, plus the y of your location. And whatever you get, that's it. All right then. So basically that's how you do it. So the rest of the problems are mechanical. Got it? Now here, the last problem. Find the coordinates of point P that lie 2/3 of the way on the directed line segment. Guess what? You don't need to find the ratio anymore. You already given the ratio, you see? It lies 2/3 of the way. So it's not like, oh wow, what is this? Now, if they were to give you this ratio in the same format that they've been giving it to you before, then they would have said, well, it's 2 out of 3. So that means that you will get 2 to 1, correct? Yes? Excellent. All right, and so just find the slope, the location, and follow the format. All right then. Good luck. Thank you very much, and see you on the next lesson.